Friday. Yes, it is Friday. And yeah, it is Friday. That's just it. It is Friday. It is another beautiful day. And it's just Friday. Absolutely amazing. That's all I can say. Absolutely amazing. But yes, it's Friday today. And I love the sounds of the birds, like I always say. Yes, just that sound is beautiful. I always get to track along on different neighborhoods as I pick different routes to go by, and you sort of just just enjoy the whole thing behind this journey. So in that year, that's what I just did. So I'm always in a different neighborhood. Morning. Yeah, it's just tracking along, really. I think I'm really lucky. Yes, I'm so lucky to have been able to get up every day and just do this thing that I truly love so much. I truly enjoy myself. It just cannot outweigh the feeling that I have for this thing. Just cannot outweigh my losses. I try to find way to blame life or to even get upset. I just couldn't, because I get these emotions that I can't even explain when I come out. So because of it, it just left me in a form of gratitude state of mind every day. And to be able to look at my own watch and not other people's. I have thought about it for many years by now. Why do I get up and do this? But I can't even come up with a explanation. And of course today, the day started at 3 a.m. That is the time that my day started, 3 a.m. Actually need to go back to 2 a.m. That's what I need to do. I've been rolling back to sleep when I hear that 2 o'clock alarm go off. And I think I gotta go back to that now. 3 a.m. is good, but it's still a little late. Well, yes, 3 a.m. And I'm actually learning so much about the human body that I cannot even believe. How through desperation we begin to learn things. And I think desperation and thinking is the reason why we have all this beautiful creativity that we have. Lately, I listen to a lot of different motivational speakers, spiritualists, and hearing what they have to say and how it pertains to what I practice, it really gives me a sense of purpose even more. I listen to all these different philosophers and I'm just like, wow, it's so funny how people from many miles away, they really see things the way you do. I'm absolutely amazed. I was watching someone yesterday who was talking about the social media isn't taking control of our lives, and what he said blew me away because I've always thought about that. He even mentioned him having the ability to call up his parents in India. No, in Australia, he said, because he's an Indian descent. And I was just like, wow, it's really funny. And how the social media that we blame so much isn't the social media. We let that thing take control of us because we don't have no discipline. So we find an excuse. Because I get on the social media every day. I don't see anything wrong with it. And I program myself to know the limit. So when it comes to a certain time, because the way I look at it, when I spend too much time on the social media, I'm shorting myself in the pages that I need to read on different books that I'm reading. Because I'm always reading. So I'm thinking, when I'm out there, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I could have been in chapter 50 by now. So I never really understand the whole thing of blaming this thing that we all use. So when people say, oh, we don't get into social media, you cannot avoid it. Especially if you have your online banking, you have to go. So it's kind of just funny just to listen to all these different ideologies from all these different philosophers, you know, from the Sadhgurus and all of these entities of beings that I've studied intellectually, human psychology. And I really, really I'm really, really grateful that we think the same, in the same manner. The one thing that really spooked me a lot about it is what I call unconscious bias. Unconscious bias is the ability to be stereotypical against somebody. That's what I come up with, without even realizing it. I think for somebody like me, because I put myself out of the box and I live like a human being, some of the sentences that actually comes out of my mouth is almost like I hear, oh, you speak like Dr. Wayne Dyer. Oh, you speak like Sadhguru. You should watch him. Oh, you speak like so. But I'm actually just sitting there and thinking, well, maybe you need to try to listen to me more. Because if I'm speaking like these people and you're telling me to watch them, maybe I've read the same books they've read. I've practiced the same thing that they've practiced. And I think that's just what it is. And that's one of the reasons why I still get up every day and run, because there's a lot of unconscious bias things that we don't talk about. We really talk about the one that really arouse emotion and separate. And when that separates, we get a click. There's a rush of blood with it in it. But the real intellectual stereotype that we never talked about, it's really funny when I go into a yoga class, the first thing people ask me is, do you practice yoga? Stay in the back. But the thing is, I have studied yoga for years. I mean, the amount of years that I spent studying yoga, doing push-ups, it really even blew me away. I'm thinking, man, why didn't someone tell me how to do all this years ago? It is absolutely amazing how the more I studied it, is I look at the human body as just a genius, especially when you do your push-ups. You want to hear anything in your lower back, you got to do your push-ups on your yoga mat. You want to study your chakras, because what I begin to do is when I do my push-ups, I've really pushed and breathed into my body, or the tight spot. It's really amazing how I don't even know how I get up and run 26 miles every day anymore. It's really funny, I don't even feel sore. You know, just to do 26 miles on a reputational. And mind you, the spiritual path that I chose during these 26 miles, if I have a job to do, I do it. And after the 26 mile, I usually go home, do some more push-ups. After the push-ups, then there's the gardening walk, where I go walk in the garden. And that's what I've just been doing. I really go and walk in the garden. And I think when I'm in the backyard walking in those gardens and picking up those weeds, there is something soothing about it that I cannot even explain. It's such an amazing concept that the more you walk in nature, because I spend so much time in nature. Like I literally spend 4 or 5 hours on the bed. The rest of the day is spent outside in nature. And I begin to see things, the energy that a human being pertains. So that being said, and that's the reason, one of the reasons why I just really embrace this journey. I got told why I'm not doing this, why I'm not doing that, and I laugh a lot because there's this thing called mental spiritual fitness. Once you develop it, you're not afraid to live life. You're not afraid of your own destiny. You're not afraid to you're not afraid of failing, shall I say. Making a mistake or not doing things properly. You're not afraid of that anymore because it's just part of growth. You're not afraid of falling and falling over and over and just being a human being. So it becomes like second nature to you. So that's the reason why this thing right here, I truly embrace it. Sometimes I really have to deep within myself to ask myself, man, what is going on here? So what do I need to do? What do I need to do? And I'm just looking at it like, wow, I can't be enough. I'm more than full when it comes to life and abundance. The only thing that I sort of look at is that little material, egoistic self of mine. But other than that, I'm just more than full. I feel like this life is full of abundance that I cannot even comprehend in my own head. And it's a new learning process every day. I see a lot of changes in my own body just with these push-ups every day. And the yoga, it literally just blew me away. I'm actually just in my own, what do I call it? In my own sense of disbelief that, wow, what is it that the body is made of that I never understood before? I'm thinking, man, I need to start modeling. I want to model for the 50-year-olds because the human body is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And that is the journey that I'm on right now. This is what I'm embracing for now. The journey of this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life that I've been a part of. The gift of love, of energy. And another thing that guy said yesterday, I'm like, wow. Because when you listen to all this spiritual, individual, collective consciousness is very unique. I think that's where the social media has brought us together. Because now we are not so divided. Because what dividing causes, it causes stress, anger, and that's all it causes. But when we become that individual collective consciousness, we find peace. And the only way to tolerate other people is to first tolerate yourself. So I can go on and along. I'm just loving this beautiful, beautiful, I kid you now. Gotta give it. Georgia is beautiful. I don't know about any place else because I know there's a lot of beautiful places. But Georgia, yes, a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. So yes, on this morning again, I'm smiling around like I always do. Let me slow down, because I just love that. Every time I smile, I get to exercise all my jaws, like, oh, because it's one of those things that you gotta exercise. I even have a face exercise every morning that I do, because all this part of your body right here is full of muscles. When you don't use them, they're wrinkled up. You gotta use them. So, happy Friday, and focus on this run. And I'm gonna say, well, love.